I am taking you through who is the best player in Premier League history per shirt number. And today we're on to number 30. Starting off with 3 honourable mentions, and at the end you may disagree with my last honourable mention and the winner, but I'll let that be down to the comments you make on what I've decided. So starting off with my first honourable mention, it's David Ginola, who played at Spurs, Newcastle and Villa. Unfortunately, it's a player that I never really watched, so I don't have too much comments on him, and normally I would leave him out, but when you get to the higher numbers, it gets harder and harder to find players who played in these numbers. But from what I have heard of him, he was definitely looked favourably at sort of your Spurs and Newcastle, and a little bit at Villa. Moving on is David Luiz, who was at Chelsea and Arsenal. Scored some absolute bangers, but I think he was a frustrating defender where he could have an unreal game, but he could also have a calamity and sort of like a 0 out of 10 rating. And it's sort of one that could frustrate you of what he's like as a defender. Did win the Premier League at Chelsea under Conte, I believe it was. Very much I think he's basically you either like him or you dislike him in that sort of category. Moving on to my last honourable mention, and that is Wes Brown. 5 Premier League titles at Man United, and also a part of the squad of the 99 treble winning season. And the reason why I've got him as an honourable mention is I don't think he's an outstanding player. He was very good, but never that sort of outstanding player where I think the winner had actually a peak of where he was an absolute top defender. Whereas Wes Brown had the longevity and consistency, really, I think would be fair to say. So my eventual winner here is Nicolas Otamendi, winning 2 Premier League titles at Manchester City. So this is where you may call me biased in it. He was very much an attacking sort of centre-half in the way he tackled. He was very much on the front foot, wanted the sort of fights, fighting for the ball constantly, trying to get ahead of your defender, which sometimes caused him into needless yellow cards and sometimes red cards. However, I think, at his peak, was one of the best centre-halves in the league at that time. I'm not saying overall, but that's why I've kind of tipped him above Wes Brown here. However, if you disagree, do let me know down in the comments.